Hello, everyone. My name is Erica. Welcome to my channel. I am a registered nurse. I've been a registered nurse for a little over 2 years now. Um, I've been wanting to come on to share my story, to share my journey, transitioning into a new nurse now at a little over 2 years. Um, I've been really wanting to share my story, but it's just been such a transition to be a nurse. I had such a rocky experience, especially in the beginning, and I didn't know if I was ready to come and share my story. But now I'm ready. I had to come back to share my story because I was the same um, nurse that was fresh and new in nursing, and I was stressing, and I was trying to figure out um, some pointers and some suggestions and some things that I could do to help me get adjusted. And I would go right onto YouTube and try to see if anybody was experiencing what I was experiencing. Was I the crazy one or what? So I knew that once I kind of organized myself and got some experience in nursing, and it was time that I tell my story because I never know. Someone may be watching, you may be watching, and you might need some help as well. Like I needed help, and I definitely want to help you out. Your girl want to help you out, so stay tuned. So I just want to tell you about my nursing journey. So again, I'm a new nurse. Well, I still consider myself a new nurse. I'm a nurse of 2 years. Um, before I became a nurse, I worked as a student nurse. My last year of nursing school, it was like a summer program, and it was an externship program, and I worked in the labor and delivery and NICU unit. I thought I wanted to be a labor and delivery nurse until I had that externship experience, and I've learned that I like NICU better than L&D. So I decided that I wanted to be a NICU nurse. But unfortunately, in the hospital that I was working in, no one leaves the NICU. So unfortunately, I had to pick something else. So everyone always said to start off in a med surge. That's the traditional saying, to start off in med surge, to get that foundation of what it is to be a nurse. That's correct. But again, you want to follow your path and what works for you, because that path is not for everybody. So when I started as a new nurse on the floor, you know how you have a culture shock? I felt like I had a new nurse shock, because working on the floor is nothing like being a nursing student. Let me repeat that again. Working on the floor is nothing like being a nursing student. You will feel pretty much new on the floor because it's a whole nother, literally a whole nother community. I literally felt literally like I had a shock. It was so many people running up and down the halls. You're trying to look at the tags to see who they are, if they're a doctor, nurse, who they are. Is this the doctor that you need for your patients? You were all over the place trying to learn. What I've learned in my experience is that I did not like med-surg. I was literally stressing. I just was really, I had anxiety because I was just trying to do the job. But a lot of people think that it's really the job. But the thing is, for me, it just was not my happy place. So how people say, the seasoned nurses eat their young. I didn't have that experience because at the end of the day, ain't nobody eating me. Because I'm the person that's going to say something. But I noticed there are people that do that on the floors, and I'm going to speak up for myself. Unfortunately, my first job, I actually had a really good preceptor. I had a male, and they're like so much chilled. Some men they don't look at some of the things that women look at. And but he was a really good nurse. I just did not like where I was. I literally had anxiety when the alarm clock would go off in the morning because I did not want to go. I literally was like, look, I'll go to Walmart before I do this. It's just because it just didn't align with who I was, my purpose in life. And I didn't really understand that part until later on, pretty much literally a couple months ago, that I wanted to work somewhere that in line with my purpose in life. I don't just want to jump in and just start working as a nurse, and just do anything and not be happy. For me, it has to align with my purpose in life. And I realized that I was not in the places that were for me. So what I've learned was I talked to my mentor, I talked to different people, I started sharing information with a lot of different people. But what I've learned is not to share information with people if you don't trust them with that information. Because I've learned that even though it was people that I thought were my friends, they were trying to tell me information based off of their perspective, not listening to my emotions and what I was going through and try to help me make the best decision for me. You know, you have people saying to just stay there, stick it out, stay there, it'll get better. The thing is, it get a bit better. The job get better because every day you'll learn and learn more. But if your heart isn't in it, the happiness doesn't come. Period. And that's what it was for me. I was learning the job. I was getting better learning the job, but I was not happy at all. So I made a decision after 6 months that I was going to be happy, that I was going to go and search for what I liked, what I had a passion in, because I worked so hard to get my degree, not to just to be somewhere that I did not want to be. Period. So I prayed about it and I went somewhere else. So what I would say as a nurse is to never just settle for something because someone told you to do it, because their journey, it went good for them in their journey. You have to find your journey. You have to pick what's best for you. And don't listen to what people say when they say to start off in the hospital. Any place you desire to go as a nurse, you are important. You are important. The hospital is no better than working in a clinic or a school nurse or working for yourself, entrepreneurship, or whatever you desire, because nursing is limitless. Nursing is limitless. It's so many opportunities in nursing, and you don't have to start in the hospital. Please listen to me when I say this. If you do not want to start in the hospital, start right off in whatever field that you want to go into, because you're going to be so much happier. You're not going to be like how I was and how I had to experience going to different places before I found a place that I really enjoyed. So that's what happened. I ended up putting my 3 weeks notice in and resigning and finding other work outside the hospital, because I felt like also that how the hospital politics just was not for me. It was so many hospital politics, and it just didn't add up to my personality and who I wanted to be as a nurse. Because again, I did not want to just care for patients. I always want my career to in line with my purpose in life. That's where the happiness is. That's where the happiness is. So I left the hospital the right way. And because I was a dialysis nurse, a dialysis tech before, like years before I became a nurse, I decided to go into dialysis as a nurse. Now, if you want to hear my dialysis story, link right down in the comment section that you want to hear, because that's a whole nother beast. That's a whole nother beast. And now we'll make a video on being dialysis nurse, because I have looked at a lot of videos on being a dialysis nurse, but I see a lot of things that people do not talk about. And I think people should know before they go into dialysis. So I will talk about dialysis nurses if y'all want to hear it. But I did stay in dialysis for 6 months, and I moved on too, because I just felt like it was a lot that went with that. And I was just scared for, as being a new nurse, I did not want anything to affect my license. But that's for another day, and I will talk about dialysis later. But now I will skip past some other experiences, because I went into 3 different places before I found the job that I actually love now. And now I am a pediatric home health nurse, and I love my job. I love connecting with my patients. I love interacting with the families. I love being able to see every step of the way when it comes to their overall health. When I was working in the hospital in med-surg, it was post-op unit 2. You always saw patients come and go, come and go, come and go. You start connecting with patients. You wonder, what happened with the patient? Did they improve? Did they not improve? It looked like they was improving, but you never know if they improved or not. I love now that I can be able to see every step in the healing process with my patients, or if they don't progress, or if they progress. I love to see that. So if you want to see more, if you want to hear any more about my journey, especially the dialysis journey, let me know. But I just wanted to come out to tell you, never give up on your dream. Do not settle for somebody else's vision with nursing. Find your niche, find your own path, and you move along in your journey. You can't listen to what people say because they will stir you. And they might not even mean to stir you wrong, but they only give you information from their perspective. But when you have another perspective, another vision for yourself, another journey, another purpose, you can't take their journey. So do not give up on nursing. You'll find something you enjoy. If you do not like where you are, do not stay there. I don't care if somebody say, just stick it out for a year. Do not be miserable a day for somebody, because tomorrow isn't promised. You worked hard to get your degree. Step out on faith. Pray and ask God for direction and guidance, and find your happy place so you can give your patients the best version of you. And I just want to say, if I never took those steps and moved from different places that I worked at, I would not have found a place which I love and adore so much. I love my babies. I love pediatric home health. I had to stop sharing information with my family, my friends, because I just needed to hear silence. I needed God to help direct me and to show me where I needed to go. And I'm so glad he did that, you guys, because I'm so much happier as a nurse. And I just wanted to share it with somebody that may be experiencing the same thing I experienced, that may hate their job, that may hate going to work, forcing themselves to stay in units or places in nursing that they absolutely do not enjoy. I dare you to step out on faith. Pray, ask God for direction, and find your happy place, because you'll be so much happier. You'll be a better nurse, and you'll be able to get your patients the best version of you. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to my story. And again, if you want to hear my story about dialysis, because that's another whole beast, let me know in the comment section, and I will post a video about that. If you want to hear anything else about my med-surg journey, let me know. I will post step by step. Like, I could tell you exactly what went on in that unit, so you can have an idea if that's something that you want to do. Again, have a nice night. Be blessed. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can see all the updated videos that I post.